Chapter 18. The Battle of the Zizzlefizzles. Now there were a company of 3, and the little Zizzlefizzle was a funny little fellow. He talked constantly, mostly about the weather, and Olina found out that they were not only funny, but clever little creatures. His name was Zengu, and he actually came from Bu's back fur. You see, Olina, we are symbiotic with the trolls, and we express their emotions for them when it gets too much for them to handle things. So you just pop out of the fur of your troll and start playing with the weather to express the troll's emotions? Olina asked. When you put it like that, Zengu laughed, it sounds very silly, but essentially yes, and we enjoy ourselves very much. Only thing is, Marabella always makes sure we don't get out of hand. She lets us play for a while, and then she does her magic, and we go back to slumbering in our troll fur. It's quite a nice arrangement. She usually knows when it's time for us to go back. It's exhausting to have so much fun. That's amazing, Zengu. I never knew about this. About you, about the trolls. And I never met a troll like you before, Zengu said, winking at Olina and Hazel. For the second time today, I'm not a troll, Olina laughed. But I do have elven blood running through my veins. Ooh, I've heard of the elven folk, said Zengu excitedly. They're also a bit temperamental, just like us. So you are family, he decided. They chatted pleasantly while getting closer to the troll hills, which meant they didn't realize someone was following them. Quite unexpectedly, it became dark, even though it was in the middle of the day. They all looked up, and in one voice, the 3 of them went, "Uh-oh. This can't be good," Olina said. There was a huge and heavy cloud just above their heads, and a cackling laughter followed them as Olina started to run. Zengu, who couldn't resist a good challenge, stood his ground and started to mumble unrecognizable words with his arms in the air. It began to crackle in the air as he went red hot and created a warm wind. The warm wind hit the cold, dark cloud, and more clouds formed. Olina ran and ran, not knowing what would come next. Hazel, who knew how bad it could be when 2 Zizzlefizzles had a standoff, squeezed herself as deep into Olina's pocket as possible. Now it was snowing, and they could hear the mad laughter of the 2 opponents. The wind picked up, and Olina and Hazel found themselves in a full-blown blizzard. The drum couldn't help them shield from the weather this time, so all Olina could do was to keep running blindly in the whirling snow. Soon she was up to her knees in snow. It just kept pouring down, and it became more and more difficult to get through the snow. Hazel yelled from the top of her lungs, "You must keep going, Olina. We can't get stuck in the snow out here." "I'm trying my best, Hazel, but I'm getting tired." Olina sank down now up to her neck in snow, unable to move any further. The blizzard kept on raging as the top of Olina's hood was completely covered in snow.